I've been seeing cursor AI everywhere these last few weeks, but can it really speed up app development? Let's put things to the test and see if we can create an app in under 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. What?
So what is cursor AI? Well, if we head over to the website and have a look, they call it the AI code editor. If you ask me, it's just an IDE, really. It's a fork of Visual Studio Code. And well, because extensions in Visual Studio Code are a bit contained, they're a bit limited in what you can and can't do with them. They decided to fork it and well, make an own IDE. So they called it Cursor AI, and well, as the name suggests, it's very much pointed to AI functionalities. So let's just have a look. We have a big download button at the top right. Let's just click that, see what it does. It will tell us to download it. All right, cool. So just unpack it. You're really just downloading an installer basically. So just unpack it if it's still zipped and run the installer. So here we have Cursor AI. It popped up for me immediately because I had it installed before. But if you install it for the first time, then it will ask you some nice things like what key bindings you want to use, and it will give you a drop down of specific IDEs. So if you like key bindings of Visual Studio Code or maybe an IntelliJ IDE, then you can select that to also make use of in Cursor AI. And it will also ask you to import extensions. So I had Visual Studio Code installed before for Flutter development. I was able to import those extensions and well, that way just enable Flutter development straight out of the box when I installed Cursor AI. So as you can see, I have a demo project of Flutter open right now, and it's formatted nicely. You can see that it understands everything. I'm almost also able to run it if I'm not mistaken. So if we click start there, it should run in my simulator. Now, while that's booting up, let's just have a look at the IDE itself. You can see a chat window at the right. If it's not open, then you can click this icon here. This might look familiar if you already worked with AI like Gemini or Copilot in Android Studio or Visual Studio Code. Then this looks familiar. Like I said, you can just chat with it, get code snippets, ask it about code, which is very nice. Again, I can see that the Flutter project has been starting up on the simulator. That's good. But what makes Cursor AI nice is that you can also do inline stuff. So if you look at my cursor right now, we can click Command K if I'm not mistaken. Yes, and that will open an instruction window or whatever you want to call it. So now we can ask for instructions on this specific line. So maybe for the sake of doing something simple, remove below comments. Does that work? Reject, command backspace. Remove all the comments below. Looks better. But now okay. Let's try it again here. Move all the comments below. Remove the comment section below. Okay, removing a comment section clearly isn't that simple as I thought, so let's just skip to the next part and see what we can do with the actual app. So just thinking about a real-life example, what you have in most apps is a login screen, for example. So let's just ask it to create a login screen. Create a login screen with fields for email and password. Let's just keep the prompt simple for now and see what it comes up with. Okay, so far looks pretty similar to what I am used to in other IDEs. Nice. Just click apply, and what you see now is sort of a Git diff, like you would see when you're opening a pull request, for example, or you're merging code, whatever. That's pretty nice. Definitely something I've been missing when using AI in code. We're gonna just accept everything, I guess so. Here, accept, reject. Okay. So without really looking at the code, let's just restart it. Okay, at least we have a simple screen like we asked it to. Ask follow-up. All right. Make sure the email field is formatted correctly. And if fields are not filled in, show an error below the text field when clicking the login button. Even suggesting email validator dependency, all right? The question is, if I click apply now, does it add it to my dependencies? Let's have a look. No, I don't think so. Ah, look, I can click apply here. Apply to PubSpec, continue. Oh my god. It knows where to put it. Crazy. That's definitely something new for me. Alright, let's click hot reload. Maybe restart just to be sure. I have to run for upget. I have to be in main. Alright, that makes sense. Now when we click login, it doesn't say anything. It does pop an error, that's what it is. Make sure the error text is red and tells us the actual error. Apply. reload. Please enter a valid email. Please enter your password. That's crazy, man. Oh my god. Alright, I didn't even look at the code yet, but so far I'm pretty impressed with what it's doing. Cool stuff. Alright, something else I want to try out is the composer feature I read about. Let's see, Command Shift I. Yeah, that opens up the composer. And this should be able to also create files and such. Not really sure how it works, to be honest. Create files for the login screen. Make sure to make use of the block pattern and build the necessary components to make a login feature using clean architecture principles. So I just asked it to, well, make a login feature, but now using block and clean architecture stuff. Really making a lot of things, but honestly, jeez, that's crazy. Alright, so I'm just scanning the code. If I look at the login page, then it does look like it's not providing a login block, but maybe that's done in the main. Yeah, exactly. And it's using get it. Gotta be kidding me. That's unreal. So if we look at the login page, then our UI is in here. It makes use of a login block, which I would also do. Well, maybe use a qubit, but we didn't ask it to. It provides us with states. So a loading state, successful, and failure state. They listen to it here. Well, in this case, show snack bars depending on the state, but we could easily improve that to navigate to another page, for example. But it created the block. It adds the necessary logic. So in this case, just a login submission. Creates the state for you. Then if we look at the block, it uses a login use case. It provides it through a parameter. And that parameter is being fed here in the provider. And they use getIt for it. That's just unbelievable. I didn't even ask it to do dependency injection and whatnot, but it's already setting things up. That's amazing. So if we have the use case, then that will call a repository login. Then it created a login repository interface and an actual implementation, because that's also something that we would like to do to separate concerns in a cleanish architecture. Created all the necessary components. It's I don't even know what to say. So now, okay, the whole chat is here. So if I click accept all, what will it do? Did it do anything? I don't know. Oh look, we have a features folder now. Presentation, domain, data, data sources, repositories, models. Yeah, I would split this up differently, but still, this is amazing stuff. My prompt wasn't really specific to begin with. I'm just lost for words, really, honestly. Oh my god. So, alright, if we run this again, let's have a look. Main. Okay, so if we run it, build errors exist in your project. No errors. Login repository. What is wrong with that? AI fix in chat. Alright. Click apply. Path to login repository. That's good, but you should be able to figure that out yourself, right? Ah, look there. Okay, that's weird, but does work. It gave me this suggestion. I accepted it, and then it gave me this suggestion, which is good, but alright. Okay, let's run it. Alright, so it says login, email, password. Let's see if this still works. If it does what it did before. Let's just click login, enter your email, enter a valid email. Alright, that all seems to work still. Let's enter a valid email. Loading state. Snack bar for the success state. Alright. So now let's try and navigate to a new screen on the success state and see if we can also make use of GoRouter. But yeah, let's just make that a single step. Alright, let's start off with the navigation itself. So on a success state of the login, navigate to a new screen called dashboard. Alright, but we don't have that screen. Let's just apply this. And then open up the composer. So we click Command Shift. So we do Command Shift I again. We'll open up the composer. And then here we can ask it to create a new feature in the same way, but now for a screen called dashboard. Make sure that on a successful login, we navigate to this dashboard screen. Now it's generating more stuff for the dashboard feature. I'm just curious in this composer if it will also adjust the login feature like we asked it to. accept all. Then we move out of the composer view. Have a look at the login page, I guess. Does look like it's correct because I see a block here in the page, and all right. Let's just have a look. Go back to main, run it, errors once more. Alright, so using some text theme stuff that is not there. What will it do if I ask it to fix it? Alright, click apply. Do the same here. Accept. Cool. Back to main, run it. So now if we have a valid email, should do something. Navigate. Dashboard. Welcome. All right. Cool. So one last thing I would like to try is implement GoRouter with this instead of using the default navigator. So I go back to the composer. I ask it to, well, could you make use of GoRouter for navigation? Adding the dependency, generating code. No glimpse, but it'll look good. Alright, accept all. Move out of the composer. Have a look what it did. Alright, so it's not in a separate class like I would do. Just put it in the main.dart, but that's okay for now. We have our routes here, so the dashboard and the login one. It adjusted the app part. Did it also adjust the login page then? Contacts Go dashboard, that's amazing. Unbelievable. Alright, let's just get dependencies. Alright, so just one last run to see if everything still works. There it goes. Errors are still working. Enter an email, password. Loading. And that's that. Okay, so even though we didn't really do anything regarding design or any complex coding stuff, still just amazed by the things that it did. I mean, it adjusted code in the right way. It generated files correctly, just the way that I liked it. I mean, it was my first time. I didn't really know how to prompt it, but yeah, just with the simple commands that I gave it, it was able to do pretty much what I wanted it to do. It even added certain dependencies and adjusted the code that we already had, and including those dependencies. I mean, it's crazy. Just the amount of time that you're able to save with this is amazing. And yeah, I saw that Visual Studio Code was already, well, giving an answer to Cursor AI, doing inline stuff, and well, working with Copilot and things like that, but just not the same. This is really something different from what I'm used to regarding AI and IDEs. I'm just mind blown. The only thing that I can tell you is just to try it out yourself. I mean, it's really amazing. It's honestly really something different from what I'm used to. So make sure to download Cursor AI. If you like the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Yeah.